As soon as we've got a set to run, that is. All right. Oh, already getting into it. Autumn Link of Origin. All right. So I have played, I'm a Forsburn main myself. I've played Link of Origin a good few times, and I've also spoken with Spiker a lot about this particular player and the sets that we've had. And this is someone who's been getting a lot better is Link of Origin. Now, Autumn, a very well-established top Forsburn, like extremely strong player. And I know now, especially nowadays, we've only been seeing them online. I'm not 100% sure how much they competed offline back when that was more prevalent, but just extremely strong Forsburn, so this should be a good set both ways. Good start from Autumn. Now, I know Link of Origin, this is someone who I've seen have a lot of a hard time struggling breaking out of that flowchart of just like trying to over-rely on the burst range, and it seems like Autumn is doing a really, really good job just taking advantage of that, playing at that perfect range to bait in those approaches, bait in those aggressive recoveries, and get really clean punishes off them. So really good stuff so far. We're seeing a bit of a swing of events here from Link of Origin, trying to go way high with the up B. Unfortunately, not going to be able to catch it, but I really like the idea, really showing that he is not afraid to get out there right off the top with the up B. Bringing it to even stocks. Still hurting a good bit on Link of Origin, but here we go. That's a big opportunity. Double crystallize. Now we're getting a big combo. Just needed to not double jump before the up B, I think, but gonna dial off that overextension. See if we can bring this back. Now, Olympia is a character who is, I don't want to say more of like a late game threat. This is a character we've seen piloted to extremely high effect by players like Sego, but as a character with ridiculous punish game, just utterly insane, able to blow you up off of any kind of hit. And Link of Origin is a player I know to be very good at that. Ooh, reading the roll in with the up strong. Managing to keep this close despite Autumn coming out swinging with a really strong stock one, but looking not to let that momentum go to waste. Seeing a bit of back and forth here. Trying to set up a tech chase on that top platform. Here comes Link of Origin. And he's sent off stage now. Tries to swing into the cape, gonna get outranged. That's a big strength that Forsburn has in this matchup, is the range and the multi-hits. Sour Bear and the dash attack. Gonna have to recover aggressive on the stage. There's a down tilt into the combust, and Autumn gonna take game one. But I mean, definitely a hard fought match. I mean, solidly going down to last stock, and I think it was just a matter of Link getting a little impatient there out of the corner. Gonna be sealing his fate. Air Armada Game 2, I feel pretty neutral about this pick because I think it's very good for both characters. I think if you're landing your hits as Olympia, it's insanely beneficial to your advantage state. You know, really small blast zones, like having those platforms in the perfect positions to really just carry people off the top. But Forsburn has a lot of the same strengths, plus all of that open space to move around, whereas Forsburn kind of wins the mobility game over Olympia. Ooh, but drifting into the crystal, gonna get a good pop. But Autumn gonna get out of there, reset the situation, and Link of Origin only being able to get a little bit going so far, about 53, while sitting about 71 himself. Really just trying to burst in here, but this platform is actually giving Autumn a good space to get out of the way of these side Bs and wave dashes in, or focus cancels in. So I actually think the pick is working out pretty well for both of them. Seeing a pretty even game so far, not to be able to reset on the platform, as here comes Autumn, abusing that same strength. A little overzealous from Link, as we're going to see Super Clone come out. Not going to be able to get anything off it, though. Great DI from Autumn, but the crystal into the forward air. Way to hit confirm that. Now we're back to an even game on one of the most explosive stages in the game and in one of the most explosive matchups in the game. And the DI mix on every level there from Autumn, going to be able to seal the stock at 70 off a beautiful 0 to death. Just incredible positioning there. Link not ready for the DI mix-up. That's just something that comes very naturally to Forsburn's cape. Like, it's something that you have to be really careful of because you want to DI down tilt out, but you want to DI F strong 2 in. So if you DI one expecting the other, you're just gonna get mixed up and you're gonna die to some egregiously low percents. Getting a little bit of a comeback here is Link of Origin. Already lapped in percent though. It's part of the reason I wasn't too terribly sure about this stage pick. as now Autumn gets to play this defensive game that Forsburn really likes to play, especially when he's a stock up. And there's the moonwalk down air. Clean game 2 from Autumn. Just really not able to get any of those extensions that that stage benefits from. Yeah, I think I like this stage a lot more. It's a little bit constricted in certain areas where it really benefits Olympia. Like, the stage is kind of separated into more distinct areas of play, whereas it's not just this massive open, like, war zone. But not able to get back the super early stock and super early edge guard from Autumn. Gonna be setting things up real nicely for this game 3, as Link is gonna have to bring something to the table here if he wants to stay in this. Here we go. Those high platforms again are gonna give Olympia a lot of extensions. Yeah, getting too impatient with those high recoveries. Need to be able to drift back, and Autumn playing to that strength perfectly. Really doing a good job of covering that habit. But here comes Link with the crazy mix-ups and advantage. Covers the high recovery. Not going to be able to keep anything going off of that. Really like that play, but Autumn able to reset the situation and super seamlessly. And now all the smoke is down. Forsburn's going to have all these covert movements and these cape mix-ups just catching Link off guard at every turn. Trying for dash attack into F strong, not going to be able to find it. Looking to read a roll with down strong, also not going to be able to find it. But there's the forward air into the down air, and Autumn with the 3 stock to close out the set. Just brilliant play all around, doing a really great job of taking advantage of Link's impatience.